Two killed as building collapse in Kano. Gunmen raise local government area headquarters, kill security operatives in Imo. Transport fares surge 50% nationwide as petrol price hike. On the Forest, 14-year-old boy kills 4 in U.S. school shooting. Hello and welcome to Trust TV's news update. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thank you for joining us. 2 persons have been reported dead as 2 others have been rescued due to a 2-story building collapse at No Man's Land area of Fagge local government area of Kano State. Reports said that the building collapsed around 2 a.m. on Thursday amidst heavy downpour. It was gathered that the building collapsed due to overflow of water, which affect buildings on waterways. The Public Relations Officer, Kano State Fire Service, Saminu Yusuf Abdullahi, said while 2 persons have been so far rescued alive and taken to the hospital, 2 are dead while the rescue operation continues.
I woke up around 2:30. We got information from our street security that one of building, 2-story building, fell beside our compound. From there, we called the police. So police called the Nigerian Red Cross, which are there, fire service, and with the help of all of them with NEMA, then they started searching for people. So out of the 4 people inside, as we assumed, 2 is out, but they are dead. So it remains the 2, which the NEMA people are doing everything possible to bring out the remaining 2. But the parents are in the hospital.
Gunmen have attacked the Isialamba local government area headquarters in Imo State on Tuesday night, setting several office buildings ablaze and killing multiple security operatives. The assailants struck between 8:30 p.m. and 9 p.m., then quickly fled the scene. The attack occurred during the All Progressives Congress APC primaries, which were being held to select chairmanship and councillorship candidates for the 27 local government councils and 305 wards in the state. According to the reports, those killed included individuals suspected to be members of the Ibubago security outfit, which was established by the government. As of now, no group has claimed responsibility for the attack. Imo State Police Command is yet to issue an official statement. The National Economic Council on Wednesday gave a Monday, September 9 deadline to 4 states to submit reports from their states on the establishment of state police. The NEC also resolved to adopt the comprehensive reports from 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory FCT Abuja on Monday, and warned that any of the 4 states that refuse to submit its report before the deadline, any decision taken will be binding on such states. This is as the federal government has released 3 billion naira to states affected by the refugee flood in the country. Here's the report.
Briefing State House correspondent at the end of the NEC meeting presided over by Vice President Kashim Shettima at the council chamber. The acting governor of Oyo State, Abdurrahim Lawal, said that the 36 states of the Federation were supposed to submit their reports for consideration at the meeting. Lawal said the council would take appropriate decisions if the states failed to present their reports on September 9.
Today, all the states were supposed to submit for consideration of the NEC. Incidentally, 4 states couldn't submit, and for that purpose, NEC decided that those states must make their submissions on or before Monday next week. Otherwise, whatever decision NEC takes on the establishment of state police will be binding on those states that refuse to submit, to make submissions.
Also briefing, the governor of Bauchi, Bala Mohammed, said NEC discussed exhaustively the flood situation across the state, and the governors acknowledged the support of the federal government in terms of releasing 3 billion naira as a measure to ensure that at least they provide palliative for the flood.
The flood was more devastating along the northeast axis, where the major artery between Kano and Maiduguri has been cut off, with devastating effects on households, schools, bridges, and other means of livelihoods. Lives were lost and a lot of properties were also destroyed. And of course, that has really provided a big challenge to our eyes as a government and as a people and as a state.
Meanwhile, chairman of Dangote Foundation, Aliko Dangote, and Bill Gates were among the dignitaries at the National Economic Council on Wednesday.
The latest hike in price of petrol has pushed up transport fares by over 50% in major cities across Nigeria. Findings by Daily Trust has revealed. The newest price hikes implemented by the Nigerian National Petroleum Companies Limited Retail Management range from 855 naira to 897 naira per litre, depending on the location, from the previous 568 naira to 617 naira. Independent marketers have adjusted their prices to between 930 naira and 1,200 naira per litre of petrol. The price hike has had a widespread impact, with some Nigerians resorting to long-distance trekking and others missing work due to their higher transportation costs. The Pan-Yoruba socio-political organization Afenifere and the People's Democratic Party (PDP) on Wednesday joined the Nigerian Labour Congress in demanding reversal of the increase in petrol pump price. Meanwhile, Dangote Group says the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has not commenced lifting of Motor Spirit, PMS, also known as petrol, from its refinery. In a statement on Thursday by Anthony Chejina, Chief Branding and Communications Officer of Dangote Group, the company said it is yet to finalize its contract with the NNPC. Dangote Group said the petrol market is strictly regulated, and as such, the company cannot determine, fix, or influence the product price, which falls under the purview of relevant government authorities. The group assured Nigerians of high-quality petroleum products which will be available across the country. On Tuesday, Aliko Dangote, chairman of Dangote Industries Limited, officially announced the commencement of petrol production at his refinery. The federal government of Nigeria announced in March 2024 that it intends to complete the construction of a section of the over 200-kilometer Abuja-Lokoja-Benin Expressway to reduce travel time, road accidents, and other negative impacts resulting from the road's condition. However, 6 months later, the situation remains much the same. In this special report, Trust TV's Segir Ibrahim takes on a journey traveling around 100 kilometers on the highway from Abuja to Lokoja to get a first-person view of the experiences of those plying the route. His travails are documented in this piece.
From the beginning of the drive from Abaji in the FCT, cracks and potholes were generously dotted across different parts of the expressway.
This time we're on the Abuja-Lokoja highway to get a feel of what drivers and residents along the communities of this highway face and experience on a daily basis due to the state of the road. This road is one part of the dual carriageway, but unfortunately it has now become a one-way road due to the fact that the other tranche of the road has some segments of it that is incomplete. Usually drivers will drive up onto this point and take a diversion by the side of the road to reconnect back with the other carriage lane to continue with their trip. Unfortunately, there's something to note about this particular junction. So by my side right now is a truck that has derailed into a ditch. This point has become a popular spot for accidents and derailment.
Abdullahi, a resident of Aseni community, says this isn't the first occurrence.
This one way is very difficult because every week accident must happen. A truck came from Gombe State with a full load of goods. This is the actually place the truck enter, and that was last 2 weeks. A trailer collided with one bus here. This very hill.
For lack of a better word to describe it, there are lumps on the road. Drivers would usually contend with the nature of the road as it is, and would usually have to drive on really low speeds. Now, if you consider the fact that there was a time when this road was notoriously known for kidnapping and abduction for ransom, it sort of adds to the frustration of drivers who would usually, be in a hurry to leave these areas, especially when they are applying this route very late in the evenings and of course in the night.
The ridges continue for upwards of 2 kilometers. with drivers who seem to have developed muscle memory, mastering the bad spots, turning and swerving around the road diversions without hesitation, thereby making road safety regulations seemingly non-existent. As we approach Kotunkarfi, we see laborers on the segment of the highway used by travelers. Salisu, who says he is a farmer in the community, explained that he and a few others had taken to filling up the damaged portions of the road due to frequent road crashes and damage to vehicles of unsuspecting drivers who weren't familiar with the route. I farm in this community, and on several occasions drivers have had terrible experiences here, from punctured tires, damaged vehicle parts and accidents. Sometimes drivers and their passengers will get stranded late in the night with nowhere to go, all because of this road.
We're still in Kotunkarfi local government, plying the Abuja-Lokoja road. But as you can see, it seems like some sort of construction work is ongoing on this part of the road. Upon speaking with the contractors working currently on the road, they explained to me that the process that's ongoing currently is a scarification process in preparation for the main work. From their explanation, this time the reconstruction is going to be done using reinforced concrete as opposed to the asphalt that was used initially to construct this road.
They explained that following the review of the project by the federal government, the scarification will cover around 47 kilometers from Abaji to Kotunkarfi. We continued our journey beyond Kotunkarfi. The approach was much the same: drivers swerving, turning, diverting and reconnecting to avoid bad patches and minimize damage to their vehicles. Then we reached Ijiho, a community less than 20 kilometers away from Lokoja. As we divert, we notice the other side of the carriageway now serving a different purpose. In the distance, silhouettes of construction workers are visible, while cassava flour, maize, okra, millet and various other food items are spread across a stretch of the expressway to dry. Mohammed Mustafa, a resident of Ijiho, says locals have grown all too familiar with accidents on this route. He urges the government to act swiftly to address the situation.
The expressway is very, very bad. Every accident is happening every time. It's not by week. Sometimes when the motor is coming, they will not see from far. Sometimes they come in this pillar that they keep. They'll come and hit the pillar. Sometimes they will just the speeding enter person's house and kill some people. They need to repair our road for us.
Salahu Haruna, a driver who has journeyed through the Abuja-Lokoja Expressway for more than 2 decades, narrated how he had lost 27,000 naira the day before. He says perhaps it wouldn't have happened if the road was in good shape.
We are suffering in this road where it's like every day we are buying tire, shock absorber, especially yesterday because of the bad road. My tire burst. I wanted to back to the closer area to board tire. Can you imagine, on my way coming back, all my passengers left with my money because of the bad road and my tire spoiled. There's no option. I have to go back and buy tire. On my way coming back, I didn't see them. How much did you lose? Almost 27,000 gone. You see construction today, tomorrow they will pack your load. You are happy. See this, they won't come repair the road. Before you know that, when you are coming back next tomorrow, you didn't see anybody again.
The contract for the reconstruction of the Abuja-Lokoja Benin Expressway, divided into 4 sections, was first awarded in 2012 for 121 billion naira. However, 12 years later, the project has stalled for several reasons. In April 2024, the current Minister of Works, Engineer David Umahi, spearheaded the signing of a new contract by contractors after the project was reviewed upwards to over 870 billion naira. While some contractors were on site at different segments of the road, the story remains much the same for drivers, residents and travelers who contend with physical and mental stress due to the road's state. From the Abuja-Lokoja Highway, Sagir Ibrahim reporting for Trust TV News.
Watching the news update on Trust TV. Still to come. Real estate investment declines as cost of building materials soars. More stories when we return. Please do stay with us. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Recap of our top stories. We informed you that 2 killed as building collapse in Kano. We also let you know that gunmen raised local government area headquarters, kill security operatives in Imo State. To more stories, the Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum has assured that he will create more programs that will promote youth development in this state. Governor Zulum gave the assurance when the Minister of Youth Development, who was in Maiduguri for a town hall meeting with youths from Northeast region, paid him a courtesy call. Trust TV's Beatrice Kuruti has more.
It's the first official visit of the Youth Development Minister to Borno. The minister is in Maiduguri to host a town hall meeting with youth from across the Northeast states.
True to this, to her motto, being the home of peace, and that's why we're here. And of course, we also want to co-create initiatives and programs for the state government, which we have already begun conversations on. And in addition, we've also chosen Borno State as the hosting state for the National Council on Youth, where the highest decision-making body of youth development will be converging sometime this year, where I will chair.
The one-day consultative forum with youths drawn from Adamawa, Borno, Gombe, Bauchi, Taraba and Yobe states and other stakeholders gave attendees an opportunity to present the way forward in tackling issues related to youth. Governor Zulum described the event as apt as it will help find sustainable solutions towards youth employment and poverty alleviation.
I want to bring to a kind of this government of Borno State under my distinguished leadership. We continue to establish more programs in the state that will support youth development. The state government will also look into the possibility of providing further support to the National Youth Service Corps.
When we have issue of palliative, we are the youth suffering in this nation. And the palliative are monitoring us, neither reaching the poor mothers and fathers of the masses. The palliative is segregated, is stratified, and keep it alone. We just had it in the social media and the papers. The second one, issue of yields, Nigerian Youth Investment Funds. We heard that the face space has been given, but the truth, my minister, we need to have the accountability of what has been given. We need to know in each area of the state how many people have been qualified. Are they giving equal judgment?
Governor Zulum said his administration will partner with the Ministry of Youth Development to actualize its 25 years development plan that takes into considerations avenues for supporting youths in the state. Beatrice Kuruti, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
As a rising cost of fuel and food prices continue to negatively impact the lives of Nigerians, investment in real estate, especially home ownership, is witnessing a significant decline, while for many it has become out of reach. With essential construction materials like sand, plaster and blocks becoming prohibitively expensive, initiation and completion of construction projects has been dealt a severe blow. Here's more in this report.
The escalating cost of construction materials is causing a significant decline in property investments in Nigeria, with the downturn affecting not just individual investors, but also the broader economy, including employment in the construction sector. Without intervention, the situation threatens to worsen, potentially leaving many Nigerians unable to realize their property goals. Real estate expert Patrick Ogunjobi, who spoke with Trust TV on the situation, believed that the struggling economy is the primary reason behind the sharp decline in property investment. He underscores the need for caution and realistic expectations in today's market, while emphasizing that it is better to start small than to overstretch financially in an uncertain economy.
Professionals should begin to look inward now to see how we begin to provide solutions. For example, now, just this morning, tiles per square meter is about 8,000 naira per square meter. 9,000 naira, quality tiles, 9,000 naira per square meter. But I just discovered something that they just said they are bringing to bear, that they are like stone, whatever, coated, whatever. And they are just, and they are saying they are bringing it to life about 2,000 per square meter. That is reducing by 4. So by creativity, our sense of creativity should be wide open so that we can think outside the box.
Across the construction industry, the impact of rising material costs is being increasingly evident. Albert David, who sells building materials, expresses his concerns over how the price hikes are influencing customers' behavior and, in turn, his business.
Anything that we want to do now in Nigeria is consuming of the petroleum. Like this our machine now, we are using petrol to do this for the productions. So now, if we are seeing it today now, they are increasing the price of the fuel again. So which is going to affect the production of the cost of the product again, because we are going to see it in the next 2 days or 1 week now. The price is going to be...
Across the country, Nigerians are grappling with the high cost of construction, which are being exhibited by stagnant incomes. Kayode Johnson, who is facing similar struggles, highlighted the difficulties that come with trying to build in the current economic climate.
In Nigeria, to build is not an easy thing. Now collide with the situation we are facing on fuel issue and cost of food items and others. Everything right now is so expensive. When it comes to the sand, buying of after buying the land, this buying of sand, the plaster, the block to start up a building is very, very expensive. High cost of
the cement that we used to buy 2006. I remember when I got my when I started building my house, then the cement was just like 2,006, 3,000 something. But now it's about 8,500 to 10,000 now, depending on the type you are buying. Do you understand? And you can't buy a substandard one, you have to buy a good one. That, not only that, sand and other things, soft sand, sharp sand and other things. Besides, iron especially, cost of iron is exorbitant so much now that you have to cut your neck to be able to afford it. And if you don't use the right materials, use substandard materials, they will use it for you to build. At the end of the day, you have a substandard building, which can even affect you in the future.
The rising economic pressures are prompting a louder call for government intervention. Industry stakeholders are urging the government to explore measures to stabilize building material prices and ease the financial burden on Nigerians, with the aim of supporting both the housing market and the overall well-being of the populace.
Away from Nigeria, no fewer than 4 persons, including 2 teachers and 2 teenage students, have been killed in Georgia, part of the southern United States, after a 14-year-old shooter opened fire on the grounds of the Appalachian High School in the city of Winder, northeast of Atlanta. About 9 others, including a teacher and 8 students, were seriously injured in the unfortunate incident that occurred on Wednesday. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation uncovered the identities of the victims at a press briefing on Wednesday night. According to GBI, the 14-year-old suspect, Code Gray, a student at the school, was apprehended by officers within minutes and currently in custody. The GBI said he will be charged with murder and will be tried as an adult. The official in charge of the response to the Mpox outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo announced on Wednesday that the country is set to receive its first shipment of the Mpox vaccine doses on Thursday, followed by a second shipment on Saturday. For weeks, Congo has been awaiting shipment of the Mpox vaccine, with the first batch set to arrive in Kinshasa on Thursday, a considerable distance from the eastern Congo hotspot. The recent outbreak led to a global emergency declaration by the WHO on August 14. In Congo, there have been over 18,000 suspected cases and 629 fatalities. Mpox, or monkeypox, is related to smallpox, but usually presents with milder symptoms such as fever, headaches, and body aches. That's it for news updates at this time. For more of our news programs and documentaries, do want to follow us on our social media platforms and our stream. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thank you for joining us at this.